So here is our game, Battle Arena. And this is the start screen. Show you this is the game. The arena's right there. And these make sure that the player and enemy doesn't get out of bounds and leave. So this is the player right here, and this is the enemy. And this is the end screen. Okay, so we're gonna now test it out. I'm gonna test out. This isn't in its full yet, so the timer is so small because I want to show you that, like, if the time runs out, it ends the game. See? Exit. And then I'm gonna go to the scene, the game. Save and press play. 5 minutes. Gonna let the enemy kill me to show you what it looks like if the enemy kills you instead. And then I'm going to show you how it is looking like the battle. See? Let's go over. Press play. Now I'm going to get serious and fight the enemy. The boss has a lot of health, so it's going to take a while. And you also regen health too. It's only one fight that I did. And stamina is really important. You gotta like let it, otherwise you won't be able to hurt him. Okay. So it's not impossible to beat. You do 25 damage. Okay, almost there. And you can also dash, unlike the enemy. Since the enemy is so big, he can't run. You have to right click to hurt the enemy. To the left click. There you go. Game over. Okay. And that's how it's played. And here is the player code to make sure that the player and the camera follows its own path. Can move the controlled character, and to make sure that the cursor ability is not there. So like you can move up and down, side to side. You get to jump. Okay. And here is the code. I'll show you. This is the code for play to like make this right here go to the game scene. So you need the game scene to load. And then this function is when you click it. Player stats. So this is the stats. It has a max. You could change it like the phone. You could change and make it more. And here's the text, so it can go. So your current health that you put into it could go into the text. Current stamina. Then this is how much it can generate. And you could change like how much you get per second. How much health and stamina you get per second. like the starts, it's just updating the AI UI for both the health and the stamina, and then it updates it. So make sure that the health updates with the time. For the regen, and for the same for the regen stamina, and it takes damage for the player to take damage, and it updates the health. But if the health is 0, you die. So that you die goes to right here. Okay, I'm gonna show you the sword attack. Sword attack is its own separate thing from the player and from the stats. So this is the attack damage and the attack range and the attack and like how much it costs each stamina, and you can change it yourself. And it's like what layer is the enemy on. So like you gotta make sure the enemy, this is like you have to create a separate layer that is for the enemy. At that point, and then it gets the stats for the character. See like how much health and how much like stamina you can do. And here's the attack for the update if you press the right click button. So this is the attack. So like cost the stamina, detect stamina, like make sure to detect the enemy if it's close by, and it damages the enemy, and it takes the enemy health and lowers it. And right here the debug, like just in case if anything is wrong, it won't say this or if this isn't working. So it says perform sword attack. Like if you don't have enough stamina, it was don't have enough stamina. And here is the timer. So you change it. So I had 5 minutes, so it isn't too long. Okay. The time to go on time clicks. And if the time runs out, it goes to game over. It's true. And you display the time. If it's not 0, it will keep going down and display the time. Else, if it's 0 and that means the timer is no longer running and it's end game. So this is the time to make sure that the time works. And this right here is to like end the game. Like so this is another ending where you can get exit on escape. I use this so you can quit for the like get out of the game. You press the escape key to leave. This is the enemies, like both the enemy's health, like have the attack cooldown and like the distance, and for it to track the player. So it gets health and it gets the nav mesh, so we'll be able to move around. And then to close the distance, it chases the player, and if the distance is really close, it attacks the player. And it sets the decision to whatever the player position is. So it's always following it. So attack player, the attack is true. The agent is stopped, true. Okay? And it makes sure that the enemy is facing the player. So and you don't want the enemy to always attack, so I add a check cooldown, and it resumes chasing even after attacking. Okay? And here is the damage on the health, and if it has 0, it dies, and it updates the health. Okay? And if it dies right here, is the code where it dies. The enemy was defeated to make sure that the code is working. Okay. So worked really hard on this, and I'm sorry I have been feeling unwell lately. Okay, that is all my project. Thank you. This is Battle Arena.